Welcome to this video tutorial, After Effects, creating a title for a movie. I'm just going to play you the effect that I made so you can have a look at it, and then we'll go through the tutorial. Okay, so first thing you can see there is I'm starting a new project. Blank screen. If you get a blank screen, then that means you need to start a new composition. So you got a composition, new comp 1, let's give it a name. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is create a bit of text. If you notice on the right hand side, the character dialog box is there, so if you want to change the font or anything like that, I've just gone for simple Arial black font, and right click to transform and scale to change the scale. The little widget there joins up height and width so you can make them uniform, or change those dimensions if you want. Next, I'm going to add a solid. And I'm going to add a dark blue solid in this case. And that's gone over the text, so I'm just going to drop that down so that we can still see the text. Going to add another solid now. This time I'm going to make it a black solid. And just at the very top of the screen there, just adjust the layers. Just at the top of the screen there's a useful marquee tool, which is an instant marquee tool. So all you need to do is draw the shape of your marquee. If you change the mouse back to an arrow, then you can change the shape of the marquee to whatever you want. If you want an unusual shape, or you just want an elliptical marquee, you can adjust it until you get basically what you're after. Okay, now I want to feather the outline of this marquee, so I'm actually going to hit the F key, which is a shortcut dead easy to bring up the feather dialog. F key. You can see that the mask feather, so that now allows me to feather the mask. And once I've got that feather adjustment correct, I'm going to invert this mask. Select subtract there just to give it a bit of a different look. Sorry, scratch that, I didn't invert it. Just used subtract. Okay, and now another solid. Useful After Effects, you make these solids and then you can do all sorts of stuff to them. So this time I'm going to generate a lens flare. And I'm going to change the lens type there to 105mm prime. Just a slightly different colour, more bright. And I'm going to change the centre position to roughly where the middle of my text is going to appear. I want this lens flare to go from the left hand side of the screen to the right hand side of the screen as I animate some text. So here we are now. This is really useful. After Effects has, through Adobe Bridge, So it might take a little while for you to get this open up on your computer, but on Adobe Bridge you've got a folder there which says text, and there are loads of different effects. You can choose whichever one you like. You can see there's loads there. I've gone for this one, double bounce, and when you find the one you like, all you do is double click, making sure you've got the text layer selected. Obviously the animation will also start from wherever you've got your cursor. Okay, just to, it really should have good housekeeping, and I'm just going to rename the layer with the lens flare on it, just so I know where I am, really. Okay, when you hit the stopwatch, that means you're going to do something to do with animation. So I'm just going to scroll through here to the end of the animation of the text, and hold down Shift, and you should be able to move the lens flare horizontally. If you hold down Shift, it won't move up and down. Just get an idea of what this looks like. Okay, so now I'm going to add some Gaussian blur to my text, and you see there when you open up, each of these layers can open up, and you can select the effects, and once again you can animate the effects. So hit the stopwatch button. I'm going to begin with it really blurred, and then as the animation comes in, I want to get it to the point where the animation is showing the text, round about there somewhere. I'll make it less blurred, in fact 0 blur, so we can see what the title is actually saying. Okay, similar thing, as the title goes out, I want it to blur out. So we'll stick in another couple of keyframes. I'll notice if I stick one in there, which is another 0, because I want the title to stay solid for a little while, and then I want it to blur out. So you get a few seconds to read what the title's saying. Okay, next up, just to make it look a bit more professional, I'm actually going to animate the opacity so that as the text comes in, there's 0 opacity to the point where we can see the text, and then again, as it blurs out, I want it to disappear from the screen. Okay, right, so to make it look a bit more interesting, I'm just going to drop in a picture. And this one I'm going to use is just a bit of metal background, which I just schnaffled off the internet. And I'm also going to give this Vector Art flower background a run as well, just to show you what you can do to make some different adjustments, depending on what sort of film you're going to make a trailer for. So metal first, drop that in onto the text, and I'm going to change the mode. And just overlay it really, so you can still see the blue background that I created earlier. Okay, and now just to show really how versatile After Effects is, really, I'm going to stick in this title, and it looks a bit rubbish, so I'm going to change the mode again to divide this time. Nice effect. It's got the blue background underneath it. The lens flare works really well over the top. And I probably could change the text colour here if I wanted to. But there you go. Easy title.